Hi, my name is Christelle and this is Untethered Love. Welcome to my channel. Welcome Virgos, all my Virgo stelliums, my 6 housers, anyone resonating with Virgo frequency. This video may be for you. I'm just going to start saying this disclaimer before all of my readings because I got a couple of comments. Not every reading is for you. It is up to you to use your discernment between you, spirit, and your guides to know whether a message is for you. Sometimes it is for you, something's very highly specific to you. Sometimes only a portion of the reading is going to apply to you. And sometimes you just got to walk away and be like, nope, this is not mine. So really check in with yourself and let's proceed. As usual, I started off this video over on my TikTok. If you're coming from over there, hello, thank you for the support. Please like this, subscribe, comment if this resonates with you. If it doesn't resonate with you, that's fine too. Tell me how cute my nails look. Okay, so let's get into this. I'll start off with the goddess cards that I pulled for you, Virgo. We have Tituba, feeling safe. And Nana Bukulu, seasons. I hope this is in focus. Now, the cards that came out for you in the past position, we have the Jack of Hearts, which was clarified with the 5 of Spades. And the present, we have the Queen of Clubs, which was clarified with the 9 of Clubs. And in the future, we have the 2 of Spades, clarified with the Queen of Diamonds and the 3 of Spades. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 3 of Diamonds. So Virgo, as I was saying on my TikTok, when I was shuffling your cards, they were kind of like popping out everywhere. It was really hard for me to shuffle. Mind you, I'm not used to having nails. So I think it was partially that, but I also think there is a nervous energy with you at this time, either like a nervousness or some sort of anxiety, maybe some sort of indecision. You may be in a transitionary period right now where things feel uncertain. And I say this because of the Spades cards that were here, which indicate indecision, impatience, and conflict. And then we have this feeling safe card. And if you see here, she's just holding herself, hugging herself. I think right now you need to really give yourself grace and compassion and kind of embracing yourself, embracing the fullness of you, embracing the contradictions that may be happening internally and externally, and knowing that being the contradictions within you are not something to be ashamed of, are not something that's wrong with you. We are all contradicting people. We are multifaceted, multi-dimensional beings. So there will naturally be conflict. That is just the nature of being. So hold that grace for yourself. I think you're stepping into a really beautiful moment in your life right now. You may have this time period of transition. I don't know. Each and every one of you will have a different span for that transition. It may be a week, a few weeks, a couple of months, a couple of years, particularly with the transits that you have going on within, especially for my Virgo risings, the transits you have going on are going to affect you for a couple of years. And so I want you to know that this transitionary period, although it may feel very uncomfortable, it may feel wobbly, know that there's something really beautiful waiting for you. The only reason why I say that is because, one, I've been pulling this card for myself a lot lately, but in all the time that I've been pulling this card, I don't know why I never noticed this like orb in her hand, this like white egg orb thing going on there. I think there's like there's something beautiful waiting for you at the end of this transition. And it's going to require a lot of trust. As you see, she has this veil over her eyes, over her face. So things are not going to be clear. There may feel like there's a veil over the eyes, and it's going to require you to tap into your intuition and tap into your heart. So these two spaces, and also your gut, and really like aligning everything from the gut to the heart to the third eye, so that you're moving in integrity and in alignment with your path. And even with this, if you look in the back, which I think is the palm trees, I don't know, the little blue sparkles in the back, to me that looks like fireworks. I know it's not fireworks, but it reminded me of fireworks. I feel like there will be this sort of celebration that is to be had after this journey that you'll be going through. In the past, with this heart, this Jack of Hearts, with the 5 of Spades, 5 has to do with conflict. So you may have had some sort of conflict going on internally, especially dealing with the emotions and the heart. You may have had to make decision, like a head over heart decision, or had to follow your heart to make a particular decision. And it was difficult, but in making that decision, you've stepped into this really creative space with the Queen of Clubs. You've really have come into the space where you can emotionally resonate with the frequency of your heart with this 9. The 9 is a moon number with the 9 of clubs and the Queen of Clubs. I feel like you've been able to embody the fullness of your creativity through your emotions, through tapping into that heart space. You come into this embodiment, or you're going through that process of really feeling into the being of you, into the fullness of you, into the creative of you, into the fullness of your heart. And in embodying that, you're able to step into this like queen position where you're able to receive a lot, that with that feminine energy. And this is also reiterated with the transits that you have going on. So Venus is currently in Leo. It is in its shadow period. It will be going retrograde, and I believe Venus will officially be out of Leo in October, if I'm not mistaken. So we've got a good chunk of time. We've got a good 3 months. July, August, September. Yeah, 3-4 months of Venus being in Leo in your 12th house. The 12th house is our subconscious mind. It's our self-undoing, our dreams. It is, I describe it as kind of like the fertile ground in which we can plant seeds, and whatever we plant there is externalized throughout the other 11 houses. So with Venus, the planet of our values, of love, of relations, going retrograde in the house of your subconscious, you're really discovering what you value about yourself, what you value about others, especially because Saturn is in your 7th house in Pisces. So really discovering what you need in partnership, what you really want, what you are not willing to compromise on, recognizing your own values so you can track what is in alignment with you and what you deserve. Coming into your creativity as well. You may be unlocking in this transitionary period, be unlocking a lot of gifts, talents. The 12th house has to do with also like past lives or ancestral karma. So you may be inheriting some sort of thing from your ancestral line. This can be gifts, abilities, actual physical, something physical manifest, some sort of inheritance in that way also, because you also got some 8th house. This is a lot of astrology jargon, so don't mind me, but this is how I read. You've got Chiron in your 8th house in Aries. The North Node is about to transition into your 8th house, which is also the house of inheritance, and those will be there for a few years. So I feel like you will be inheriting some sort of something involving the qualities of Leo and Venus. There may be an ancestor. I don't know why this came into my head. There may be an ancestor coming through you. You may be maybe having some babies in the next couple of years. Because Leo also has to do with children. You may be birthing your inner child again. There may have been a loss of the inner child, especially with all this fire energy here. We've got the clubs all over here. We've got multiple 3s here as well, which is this creation energy. So this inner child or actually birthing a child. Yeah. So let's move on. So this is in your present position, coming into this queen. Kind of the Queen of Wands is what this represents. This Queen of Wands energy, really being in your creative bag, really harnessing your confidence, really like showing out and presenting your work to the world. But in this, with this like 9, it does have to do with the moon, and the moon is a little erratic. It has its cycles, and its cycles move pretty quickly. So with the 2 of spades, you may be one, in a way, impatient with yourself. This journey might, I don't know how long this transition is happening for you, but I feel like because of the length of time, you may feel impatient. Or maybe holding, I mentioned contradiction earlier, holding 2 different ideas, thought forms at the same time, and holding both of them and recognizing the truth within both of them, but also feeling conflicted because you're like, these 2 things are not the same things, but are both true. And that is really an anomaly of life, you know? But in holding space, again, I told you, hold space for all the parts of you, hold space for all outcomes. I'm going to put a pin in that. Hold space for all outcomes. There's more to that. But the reason I say this is because in holding space for multiple things, it really allows you to create in a very tangible way. So the 3 again is a Saturn. 3 on the tree of life is Bina, which is Saturn, material form. It does take some time. Saturn likes to take time. But then we have this Queen of Diamonds. So this reaping some sort of reward. You may actually, in this time period, by holding space for things that are contradicting, you're going to be, because you are Virgo and you're good with the details and you're able to see, you're also mutable. And the beautiful thing about mutables is that they see all sides. They are the lights. They can see the 360. And being able to do that, you are going to be able to merge two things that wouldn't necessarily go together, or people wouldn't think go together, but somehow you make it work. You make it turn into something. And when I said hold up, put a pin in that. The affirmation for this is I am limitless. This card here has to do with entering a new season, and in that, when you're at that zero, like the Fool card at the beginning, the possibilities are endless. There's so much that can happen. And because the possibilities are endless, you will be able to make things that don't necessarily work, make it work for you. But this can be very daunting and scary. I was saying on my TikTok before, the affirmation, I am limitless, can feel really invigorating for some people. Like, I can do anything. I am limitless. But in that same regard, in being limitless, it kind of can overwhelm you. That means anything can happen. There's just an abyss of things that are possible, and that can be scary. Again, what I was saying with the feeling safe and the I am limitless, your opposite sign is Pisces, which is the all. It's all encompassing. It rules the 12th house. It is like this God creative energy that has no bounds. And Virgo is all about the detail, about finding the little, you guys are like scientists in a way, where you can just find the little details and organize things and put them in, bring things into order. Like you come before Libra, so you work in really discerning things, cutting out what is unnecessary so that Libra can bring that balance. You guys work, those two energies work together in that way. And so, what was my point? The boundlessness can feel overwhelming for a Virgo. It's very possible that, yeah, you feel like you have so many opportunities or so many possibilities that it's actually scary and you're afraid of making the wrong decision. And I'm gonna say something that I hate to hear because I like knowing what is right. 6th house are here. There is no wrong decision. There's only lessons. There are only lessons. So, and not making a decision is a decision. So don't necessarily remain in this indecision. Choose something, be the fool, jump off the cliff, and just go for what you feel is aligned with you. And in doing that, you'll figure out if it's for you or if it's not. And if it's not, we pivot, we make new choices. That is kind of the way, that's the way the cookie crumbles. I'm gonna pull some tarot. See, I'm shuffling now and the cards aren't going everywhere. It was just earlier. I definitely think you guys are in some sort of nervous energy. Take your sister sign, Pisces. Take some advice from her, and really, if you need to, disassociate maybe a little bit. Watch a show that you think is really funny, that keeps you lighthearted. Go for a walk. Anything that can distract you from this like nervous energy. until you can kind of ground yourself and hold a different perspective, or at least be more grounded in the way that you are viewing things, would be very helpful. Good things are coming. The Nine of Pentacles wanted to pop out. The Ten of Cups wanted to pop out. I think you're really coming into recognizing your value. That's going to be a very big theme for you, Virgo. Realizing how much you undermine your value, because it's going to be in your 12th house. And that's the house of like self-sabotage. So at the center of this read, we have the Four of Swords, which is crossed by the Nine of Wands. This is grounded with the Hanged Man. In the past position, these two wanted to come out together, so I kept them together. The Ten of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. Up above, we have the Knight of Pentacles. In the future, we have the Page of Pentacles. Your energy, the Seven of Swords. External energy is the King of Cups. Your advice is the Ace of Pentacles. Outcome, Nine of Swords. At the bottom of the deck, we have Page of Wands. Okay. Yeah, like I was saying before, so we're in Cancer season, Leo season. Yeah, okay, so because we're in Cancer season, the sun is in your 11th house, is going to be entering your 12th house. You may want to retreat, have a lot of internal time, really get into your hermit bag, Virgo. And I think that's going to be good for you. I think you really do need time to reflect. With the Venus and Sun coming into your 12th house. I don't know if Mercury's there yet too. All of these transits are going to really illuminate, because one, the sun illuminates, it brightens everything. You're gonna have Mercury there, your ruling sign. So having your ruling sign in the 12th house is really going to kind of force you into some sort of isolation, or I won't say force. Is going to really incline you into going into some sort of isolation, going into meditation, going out into nature and kind of being by yourself, which I think is going to be very restorative and good for you. I think internally, deep down, with this Four of Swords and then grounded with the Hangman, you know that there needs to be some sort of pause, and that's good. Good. Take that pause, take that time to really sort through things. You may be feeling kind of defensive, maybe a little bit battered by life. As I was saying before, where you might be in a transition, you might have been going towards something that you thought like you were rushing or passionately going to something that you thought was a 10 of Pentacles, and there may have been a halt in that, a pause in that is causing some sort of conflict, making you feel like either why did I invest in this thing? Was it smart to invest in this thing? Did I make the right decision? Yeah. But in spite of all of that, in spite of having the need to rest, you are steadily moving towards some awesome things with the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. You're taking, and it's a very earthy cards. You're steadily moving towards some sort of goal, And that's good. Stay consistent. Be consistent. You may be a little bit selfish right now too, which I don't blame you for. I think that's actually a pretty good thing. Let me just clarify. Clarity on the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, there are a lot of upgrades to be had that are going to happen, are happening, are in like the works. Okay, too many. Clarity on the Ace of Pentacles. My love, don't feel discouraged. Nine of Swords. Clarity on the Nine of Swords. Okay. So like I was saying before, where you were going kind of head first into what you thought was a 10 of Pentacles, and that's had to kind of be put on pause with the with this energy of 7, like you're coming to, or you are in the 7 of Swords energy. I think you are realizing how to temper your desire, because we've got Temperance, the High Priestess, and the Devil card. The Devil and the High Priestess came out first, and then the Temperance came out on top of that. And you're really trying to, in going inwards, and taking this time out, and like through Cancer season into Leo season, before your season, I really encourage you to go internal and kind of take inventory of things before it is your season. And in doing that, you're going to be able to really enjoy Virgo season and your birthday and all of that. Really going internally, using your intuition to discover what are your attachments and why you are attached to those things. Discovering the root cause, especially with the 12th house. It really is, the 12th house is the root of everything. It like from there branches out everything. And so you're going to be discovering your attachments, what you want to continue to stay attached to, and what needs to literally be ripped out from the root. And you're going to have divine assistance here with the Temperance. Again, 12th house, 8th house, very spiritual houses. I think your team, spirit, your guides, your ancestors are going to be working with you to help you discover these things and then transmute them. Here we have the Page of Pentacles was clarified with the 10 of Cups. And then externally we have this King of, why can't I speak? This King of Cups was clarified with the King of Pentacles. I think there's money to be made, or the discovery of how to make money, or how to emotionally align yourself or use your emotions or your creativity to make money. I think you're actively working towards, you're steadily working towards your 10 of Cups, your 10 of Pentacles. But these things, the 10s, they take time. They take time. Your advice is the Ace of Pentacles, realizing what you value. The Knight of Pentacles, there's a lot of Pentacles cards here. Realizing what you value, what you steadily want to move towards, what is for you. Recognizing, although it may be like you may be, again, conflicted, you may have to let go of certain attachments, certain habits, people, places, and this may be kind of sad, but you have to kind of just take a risk on yourself. Bet on you. Bet on your value, on your skills, on what you bring to the table. Bet on that. And that may bring some conflict. Again, with the Five of Wands, the people around you may not like the decisions you make. It may cause certain arguments. But you have to be honest with yourself on what you really need and what you deserve. And if the conflict comes with that, that's just the name of the game. You can't really avoid it. But don't sacrifice your internal peace for external validation or external harmony with others. Make sure you feel in harmony with yourself first and foremost. With this 9 of Swords, it was clarified with the Death, 10 of Wands, and the Hierophant. I was telling you before, I've said this many times here, you are going through those 12th house transits. So again, uprooting things that have been with you for a really long time. Some sort of subconscious programming, belief system, habit, self-sabotaging habit that you are transforming. You might be transforming this overthinking energy, this anxious energy, really maybe healing a lot of your anxieties or realizing what is the root of your anxiety so that you're able to make different choices, change your habits, and transmute that energy from anxiety to excitement, from nervousness to excitement, to, oh, this is new. This is like something that sparks my interest. Because then this was further, I asked for more clarification on that. And I got the World, the Tower, and the Page of Cups. This is going to bring conquering this anxiety, this conflict, whatever is going on with you is going to bring, one is going to come like crashing. It might feel almost like lightning strike. Virgo, where's Taurus? In your 9th house. Coming into some sort of wisdom. You're going to have Uranus in your 9th house. So you're coming into some sort of wisdom that may feel like eureka, like the light bulb went off. Especially with that and then the sun and Mercury coming into your 12th house. You're going to be like, oh, this is why I act this way. Oh, this is where this stems from. Oh, my mom did this and my dad did this, and so this is how it's repeating in my life. You're going to be coming to those realizations, and it's going to make you feel like it brings this inner child, because the pages have to do with child energy. This inner child renewal of the heart, of really and it opens up your world. It opens up you to so many possibilities. You are limitless. Don't take that, don't get anxious from the sound of that. That is something to be celebrated. Your limitlessness. Okay, I'm just gonna pull crystal for you for some advice. What advice do we have for Virgo? Any other? Okay. Okay. So we got the black tourmaline, Numite, and Dalmatian stone. So I'm going to read from the book. There we go. Black tourmaline, essential meaning: healthy boundaries, repelling and dispelling unwanted energies, shielding and protection, healthy interdependence. There is a saying that good fences make good neighbors. Well-being likewise requires healthy boundaries that respect everyone's uniqueness, similarities, and differences. The appearance of black tourmaline spirit is a sign that now is the time to make sure those fences are neither impenetrable walls nor so porous and broken down that you start to lose track of where you end and others begin. It's invigorating to move between alone time and time together. Maybe you need to be with some extroverts for a while, or maybe you need a long evening alone with a good book. If you've been feeling tired lately, pay attention. If you've been feeling tired lately, pay attention to whether you're neglecting yourself at some level, giving too much, suffering from empathy overload, or depending too much on someone else's or crowding them. You may need some time. I can't speak today. You may need some downtime to remind you that you are a human being, not a human doing. You do not have to earn love through perpetual self-sacrifice, nor do you have to feel overwhelmed and needy. Healthy boundaries mean leaning on others in a balanced way, and Black Tourmaline Spirit is here to nudge you to be mindful of when you need time to yourself and when you need to be among those who accept you exactly as you are. You do have Saturn transiting your 7th house in Pisces. So the question of boundaries, how to make proper boundaries, how to make them so that they're not stone cold or not too porous is definitely a lesson that you will be learning over the next 2 years, Virgo. Okay, let's read the Numite. Rest. You need some rest. Again, the 4 of Swords with the 9 of Wands and the 9 of Swords. The 10 of Wands came out. Get some rest, Virgo. Okay, so Numite. Essential meaning: achieving self-mastery, inner power, recovering your sense of self. Evidence of progress may seem elusive at times, but when Numite spirit appears, it is a sign that you might be underestimating how far you have come. Our minds are conditioned to pay attention to the negative and overlook all that is good in our lives, including the results of our efforts over time. You may have not received a big blue ribbon or parade in your honor, but the conscious universe acknowledges and celebrates all your hard work mastering your fears. Make peace with the part of yourself that tells you that whatever you do, it will never be enough. You are developing mastery, and there will be times when you feel as if your progress is slow and inadequate. But you are called now to acknowledge that you are indeed, you have indeed persevered, learned much, and not given up. Doing so will help you to stay the course rather than veer off track. Be gentle with yourself as you master the challenges you always seem to overcome somehow. You are getting better at this thing called life, at building healthy relationships and prosperity, and knowing and loving yourself as much as the conscious universe does. Give yourself credit and keep practicing. We are all learning, and New Might Spirit is here to tell you that the conscious universe is watching and is very proud of you. All right. Yeah, I want to say this. In order to consistently stay on this track of this Knight of Pentacles, to be this Page of Pentacles moving towards your Ten of Cups, to embody this King of Cups, this King of Pentacles, you do need to rest. You do need to take time. You do need to enjoy yourself. You will have those periods of solitude, but also knowing when to go out, have fun, enjoy yourself, and finding that balance. And then you got the Dalmatian stone, which is one of my favorites. This is straight up telling you to have fun. Essential meaning: playfulness, childlike joy, and enthusiasm for life, absurdity, humor, laughter. Watch children playing. You are watching them learn. Serious though life may seem at times, Dalmatian Stone Spirit is calling you to embrace the absurdity of this world, to laugh and find humor in everyday experiences that might otherwise frustrate you. All of us are here to learn, and laughter makes the lesson easier. And sometimes it even makes it stick a little better, for it may help you write a funny story to tell again and again. Remember that time? Boy, did I learn my lesson. Now is a good moment to crack a joke, to break the tension, and remind yourself that alongside trouble and hardship dance a spirit of playfulness. This is not the time for trooting and marching, but for skipping. Sing a song, make a goofy face, and recognize that the conscious universe throws you off course at times to remind you that the surprises can be gifts from the invisible realms. Dalmatian Stone Spirit is calling you to lighten up and open yourself to playing with possibilities. Who knows what you will discover as you join in on the fun. The conscious universe is not here to trick you, but to help you, for you are deeply loved. Again, you may have been working towards something and it's halted. It's not working in your favor. You're feeling conflicted. You're going through some sort of transition. But this Leo energy, I bring it up again, is trying to invigorate this inner child, this joyfulness, this playfulness, this Page of Cups energy that's coming in the future, to lighten up your heart. I don't know if there's anything else I need to say. I don't want this to be too long, but Virgo, my critical Virgos, a little bit judgmental Virgos, don't be so judgmental towards yourself. Hold compassion for yourself. Hold grace for yourself. You know how to get the job done. You know how to work. Now learn how to play. And I hope this reading was helpful. Have a beautiful day. Enjoy the rest of Cancer season. Mwah. Bye.